Hey guys, Investor Unchained here. Please keep in mind that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. Please do your own research. These are my own opinions, and I do own shares in Genex Power, so that's full disclosure. Now, Genex Power has recently made an ASX announcement about their Kidston Hydro project. So the highlights of this announcement are that the NAIF, or the Northern Australia Infrastructure Fund, have extended their concessional loan offer, which is for $610 million. So they've extended that to the 30th of September 2020. Now, this is the second time they've extended that. So that tells me that these guys are keen to hand this money over if Genex can dot the I's and cross the T's for the rest of the financing. Genex has also confirmed the final construction pricing and capital expenditure of approximately $600 million. Now that excludes transmission and financing costs. So the actual concessional loan funding will look like it'll cover the majority of the cost of the project. However, there are additional costs that need to be factored in. Now, there's no mention of J-Power here, which is quite interesting. So it looks to me, this is my personal opinion, looks like J-Power is pulling the plug on Genex. And I will note that in the last presentation they made, I couldn't see any mention of J-Power, which was quite interesting. But I'm assuming they weren't happy with the Energy Australia agreement. So, or maybe that's pure speculation on my part. But we'll just watch that space closely. It's quite interesting. Yeah, the NAIF investment decision, we've discussed that. So that's extending out. I'm confident that they want to hand that money over, given the chance. That's the second extension they've made. Now, the critical importance to this is the conclusion of the ongoing negotiations with the Queensland government. So the Queensland government did announce $132 million for the construction of the transmission line. Genex is now negotiating with Queensland to finalise the terms of this, we'll call it co-funding, for both construction and ongoing operations and maintenance. So I got a feeling that it's this ongoing operations and maintenance piece that they need to kind of finalise. Obviously, the Queensland government's got a lot going on at the moment with COVID, so hopefully they can get through this quite swiftly. And yeah, so if they dot the I's and cross the T's on that one, hopefully we can get across the line for the NAIF. I actually thought that the $132 million was going to cover it, but obviously that's not the case, which has kind of delayed this process. Final terms agreed with the construction contractors. So basically, these are all the guys supplying and building the project, and that's coming in at 600 million, and that the construction is expected to take 3.75 years. And in addition, Genex has concluded terms with Andritz Hydro, whatever that stands for, to act as operations and maintenance provider for the project under a long-term operations and maintenance agreement. So I think I'll have to just double check later on, but I believe that's something that J-Power was hoping to do. PowerLink is the transmission provider, so obviously they've just extended their offer to connect. And this is another interesting piece of this. So it looks like Genex has been looking at potential equity investors to take up for 50% interest in the project through an investment in new cash equity. So this kind of signals to me that J-Power may be off the table here. The process has been well received, and Genex will provide an update in relation to the selection of its preferred equity partner in due course. Now, reading between the lines here, I'm assuming they've probably selected someone, and they're just finalising that agreement, and that'll be announced hopefully in the next couple of months. The timeline, they're still holding, or they're still crossing their fingers for third quarter of this year, third quarter of 2020. And if that's the case, I'm still targeting around September for kickoff. Alright, that's it from me, guys. Obviously, if you got any questions, don't contact me. Contact Simon Kidston. And yeah, these are just my own opinions, so please don't make any investment decisions based on these videos. See you guys.